What's going on, guys? It's your boy here, TheChrisPhoenix here, and as you guys know, Raw just went off the air, and wow, what can I say? Honestly, I don't know what to say. I mean, this Raw was kind of like a roller coaster, for the most part. It got really good, started doing very well, started picking up the pace, and all of a sudden, kind of in the middle, it was kind of like, type of deal. But it did have its. There were some good moments to the show, and what I thought, and I know there was one particular moment. Tonight obviously It Begins happened, and I noticed a lot of people are kind of bummed out about it too. Don't get me wrong, I could see where you could be bummed out about it. I understand it. I can see it clearly. But let's start off. First thing we had in the night, actually, believe it or not, we actually had a promo between John Cena and Kane. Again, building up their feud. I know some people aren't, into their feud, but me myself, I'm pretty much into it. I know, Cena's probably going to go up, with the feud because, one, it's John Cena, and two, John Cena's a face. So, and he's, you think the face would win. Faces win most of the feuds, let's face it. So, John Cena called that Kane, whatever. Then we had we had a match earlier in the night. We had Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes. That's right, you had the world champion who, let's face it, I keep saying this, guys. Daniel Bryan's not getting any reactions. He's just not getting any reaction. Face it. This guy, I don't know what. He's your World Heavyweight Champion. Alright, and I know SmackDown, some people are kind of like, about SmackDown, even though, to me, SmackDown usually is a better show than Raw. That's just my opinion. Daniel Bryan just doesn't get a reaction, so, he didn't get much cheer. But then, of course, he had the Intercontinental Champion Cody Rhodes. Both, of course, non-titles on the line, nothing's on the line. It was a short match. It was good. It was okay. To me, it was too short. It seemed like Cody Rhodes did most of the match. He was just, during the pace, and, Daniel Bryan does a roll-up. But, hey, it's your World Heavyweight Champion, so understand it. And the matter of the fact that, it makes Cody still look strong because, Cody didn't tap out. If Cody Rhodes tapped out, kind of like, okay, make Cody look a little weak type of deal. But, so then you also had, Wade Barrett coming out there. Wade Barrett, and then, then we had Santino, and then they had a match, of course, with Santino Marella, let's face it. When Santino Marella comes out, that has a match, it's short, Wade Barrett, he didn't do the waist slam, kind of did like the side slam, whatever. I don't know if it's going to be his new finisher now. I know he's done it before, but I guess he might replace that for waist slam. I'm not a huge fan of waist slam, but yeah. And also, and tonight, we also had the Miz going up to John Laurinaitis. He's, the Miz is all paranoid of R-Truth now. He's scared of him and everything. And this one moment that R-Truth had, he's coming out of John Laurinaitis' office, and R-Truth comes out of nowhere. It starts freaking like quack, quack, quack. Oh my god, that was freaking hilarious. He freaking comes out there and starts quacking the backstage. I just found that funny. I mean, R-Truth's character, even if he's a face, he's still freaking hilarious, like kind of crazy. So I'm glad so far R-Truth, even though he's a face, he still has kind of like that crazy character. So it's still good. It's not what's up, what's up. I was afraid they might do that. We also have the Bella Twins backstage too with the Miz. Man, Bella Twins looking good, I'm telling you. But anyway, we had Sheamus versus the Miz. The match ended in the no contest. R-Truth came out and started attacking the Miz. I don't know why you'd have the Miz with Sheamus again. I guess you need Sheamus something to do. You give him the Miz. But again, it's pumping up the R-Truth and Miz feud, and I like it. Yes, it's kind of, I guess you could say, looking Miz look weak, but hey, he is the heel type of deal, and I'm sure next week on Raw, maybe the Miz might get his revenge on a guy like R-Truth or something. Just so on. But again, R-Truth attacked the Miz. Next, you had Dolph Ziggler versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. And this match was actually pretty good. It started off kind of slow a little bit. They were kind of like rolling together just for a while. They're like rolling. It's like, what the hell are you doing type of deal. But, it was still a good match, decent match. And then all of a sudden, I don't think a lot of people, including myself, were expecting, oh, this is where It Begins comes out. No, John Laurinaitis comes out. John Laurinaitis comes out, and he comes out there, right? And he comes out to the ring ropes, trying to undo like the ring padding, whatever. And then freaking CM distracts CM Punk, and then Dolph Ziggler gets into the ring, and then the referee counts CM Punk out. So yes, Ziggler wins, but of course CM Punk's still the champion. So Punk retains, but Ziggler gets the victory. And it's good because it pumps up to a match that was announced later in the night that's going to be at the Rumble. We're going to have Dolph Ziggler. You remember when Dolph Ziggler was in the main event? Well, not the main event, but a world title match last year at the Royal Rumble? He's going to kind of get it again, this time for the WWE title. So it's going to be Ziggler versus Punk for the WWE Championship, and John Laurinaitis is a special guest referee. So, you know, so far we're getting a build up here, and it's good. You know, this is good for Dolph Ziggler, and you know, it's making Punk more and more frustrated at a guy like John Laurinaitis, and of course Dolph Ziggler too. And then we had a Divas match. Tag Team Divas match. Woo! Can't wait to see. That's always fun to watch. The Bella Twins are back on television. They look good in those little cat suits. Facing the matching Kelly and Eve. They're wearing like some orange-white attire thing going there, or yellow-white. And the match, not that great. Bella Twins do the twin magic, and one of the Bellas rolls up Eve for the victory. So the Bella Twins win. So all you guys who were fans of Bella Twins, they got the victory and they got on television. And this I'm not really that surprised, but yeah. So then finally, you know, we get to the part, and you know, we're thinking, all right, there's about 30 plus minutes left of the show. So how much can you do? I mean, there's going to be a 6-man tag elimination match with the likes of Mark Henry, Jack Swagger, and Kane versus John Cena, Zack Ryder, and man, who's the freaking guy? Freaking A. I'll get to that in a second. But the Big Show, excuse me. But it happens. The lights go out, and out comes Chris Jericho. That's right, the one and only Y2J. Chris Jericho comes out, and it felt good seeing Jericho back. You know, it's been a little bit over a year since we've seen Jericho. Last time we saw him was, what, 2010? You know, after Night of Champions, what, Randy went upon him in the head. So, you know, it was good to see Jericho back. You know, he's just going out there. You know, we're this like, well, I called it a Christmas freaking lights jacket. Like, his lights were like blinking, whatever, and it was like blue lights. And then he's just running around in circles, whatever. He's high-fiving the fans and stuff, and he's having fun with the fans. You know, he's going, you know, going like this to the crowd, and the crowd's just reacting. They're chanting Y2. They're just so happy. And then he goes out and gets the camera. The cameraman's like, yay! You know, it's all happy and everything. And then all of a sudden he stops on the stage. He looks this way, kind of has like this little scowl type of look, and then just walks away and leaves backstage. So after all that build-up, after all it begins, Jericho comes out and then he just walks out. Basically, he goes out, has fun with the fans, and just walks out. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know people are upset about that, saying, "Oh, we wanted Jericho to talk." You know, Jericho never really talked on the mic. You know, this just brings you to next week. You want to know what Jericho's going to say, what he's going to do. You got to find that out next week. You know, WWE's basically telling you, okay, this is the first Raw of the new year. You know, we want you to keep more and more. Watch next week to find out what happens. And Jericho, I mean, he looked like he was a face for a while, and then he just walks out, so it looks like a good shot, possibly, of Jericho being heel. You know, he's basically faking out his, you know, face turn that's like, no, I'm still a heel. So, yeah. So then we have... But I still liked it, though. And so now we have the 6-man elimination tag team match, which after that whole It Begins, I kind of thought, okay, how are they going to let up after that? We have Jack Swagger and Mark Henry and Kane versus Big Show, Zack Ryder, and John Cena, except for one problem. When Kane's entrance comes out, Kane doesn't come out. So then David Otunga comes out, and we're thinking, okay, maybe Brodus Clay or someone comes in and replaces him. No, we get a 3-on-2 handicap match. So I'm thinking, oh shit. So anyway, the 3-on-2 handicap match happens. Mark Henry and the Big Show get eliminated. So now then it's down to a handicap match. Zack Ryder and John Cena versus Zack Ryder and John Cena versus Jack Swagger. There we go. And then all of a sudden, Kane's power goes off. Kane's power comes out. John Cena comes out, and he's on the ramp. He's like basically saying, "Come on, Kane, come on." And out of nowhere, Zack Ryder's still in the ring. Kane comes under the ring, freaking bursts out of there, grabs Zack Ryder's, like, Zack Ryder's freaking out. I was like, you know, I'm thinking, okay, well, I'd love to see this on True Online IZ, whatever. And then, you know, John Cena sees him like, oh crap. So he goes and freaking tries to, it's like some horror movie. Freaking John Cena's trying to pull Zack Ryder out into the ring. And then Kane gets under the ring. And then Fire comes out, bursts in the thing, and Zack Ryder's like freaking out like this, whatever, you know, because him and Eve kind of do the thing, but he's like, oh man, you know, and John Cena's like, and that's how the show ends, you know. So, you know, that was it for Raw. Again, you know, Raw had its moments. You know, it looked good at first, and then, you know, started getting a little bit slow. But then again, it started to pick up and everything. So, anyway, that was Monday Night Raw. What a Raw. But I liked Raw. You know, I liked Raw. I didn't hate it or anything. You know, I know some people thought, oh well, that last part was cheesy. Yeah, it kind of was, but at the same time, it made again Kane a little bit more serious, more dangerous type of deal. So. Anyway, that's it for me, and check you guys later.